Hello everybody, this is Mr. Bird. I hope you're doing well. I wanted to take just a second here to go back through and review this assignment from yesterday. As I was grading the work or the assignments the work that's been turned in on ClassKick, I noticed that it seems like this is one of those moments that, as a teacher, I see some things happening and I realize, okay, we need to go back and revisit this. All right. So what we're doing on this activity is we're talking about when we are writing, we want to make sure that if we borrow from the text, if we borrow from the author, we want to make sure that we put quotation marks in the proper place. Okay? So I wanted to point out a couple of things to you. I'm going to move the screen around just a bit here. Let's play with, okay, let me go back here. There we go. All right, so I want you to look at this with me real quick here on the screen. So they give us an example, all right? It says, in the text, it said, okay. Now, the student that's writing this has decided there's a part of text that he or she wants to use in their essay. So, here's how they did it. First, you put a comma after the word said. Now, what they are going to do is they're going to take the exact information from the text that they like. They said, okay, I've read this article, I've read whatever it is, I like this part, I want to use it in my essay. So they're going to borrow it from the author, okay? If you do that, you have to put quotation marks around it, okay? So let's look again. It says, in the text it said, comma, quotation marks. And then they inserted, he must return to the faraway country where he is learning to be a doctor. Period. Quotation marks. Okay? Now, you have to put quotation marks around what the author says. But also, you have to put punctuation marks at the end. Okay, it can be a period, it can be an exclamation mark, or a question mark. And in class yesterday, we worked on this example. The author said, comma, quotation marks, he smiles, he's been away a long time, period, quotation marks. Now, folks, I underlined this in class just to help you see this is what the author said. This is the part that was pulled from whatever the text is. Okay, you don't have to underline it on the next pages. What I'm looking for is your quotation marks and your commas and your punctuation mark. Okay, so let's look at page 2. It's the same thing. All right, so instead of putting the quote at the end, this person that's writing the essay said, I want to start off with that quote. Well, it's the same process, all right? You're going to put quotation marks, capital letter, because this is what the author says. He must return to the faraway country where he's been learning to be a doctor. Quote, a comma, and then quotation marks. The text said, period, okay? So it's the same thing. We worked on that down here. We made the corrections where we needed. Now, on page 3, this is what you need to do. Look at this example to guide you. It says, according to the text, Augie was just an ordinary kid. Okay? Now look, guys, I'm going to do this for you. Comma. Because this is what the text said. Okay, look, I put quotation marks, I put a comma, then quotation mark, period, quotation mark, okay? So I want you to go back in and check and see, have you placed a comma? Have you put the quotation marks? Did you put a punctuation mark? You're going to do that for page 3 and page 4 as well. Please use the examples to help you on this, okay? Please use the examples to help you on this. So some of you, I would strongly encourage you to go back into ClassKick and check your work, okay, and make sure you've marked it correctly, okay, because, well, if you look, you'll see what I'm talking about, okay. Thank you guys for your time. I hope this helps. If you still have questions, as always, you're awesome. Please reach out to me and ask, and let me help you. All right, have a great day.